Hello, what's up? So I am filming today from my hotel room. I just got finished with an awesome day of social media training at the Cow Salon Academy with Goldwell and KMS. So amazing. Thank you for having me, Goldwell and KMS. It was amazing, amazing, amazing day. Also, we had pizza for lunch, which was like just really yummy, super yummy. So I just wanted to tell you like kind of what happened today, and I'm checking my clock so I don't go longer than 10 minutes. So here we go. Basically, the takeaways from 2018 in social were this, and I'm just checking my notes, that traditional media is struggling. So, and we know that. I mean, when was the last time you picked up a magazine? I literally sat in bed the other night and looked at 3 magazines, and they used to be like so thick, and now it's like, it feels like you're like, is this a magazine or is this a couple sheets of paper? So it's clear it's struggling, and everything is going to digital, and that means that there's a constant demand for content, and why shouldn't we create it, right? Like there's digital content especially. So that was a big takeaway from a training from Mimi Banks, and you can go follow her. She was super knowledgeable. She runs a firm for social media, so she's a great person to learn from. She also said that, you know, social is your footprint, so just be really cautious of what you're posting, and remember that it lives on forever. So I think that we know that, but just a reminder. Let's just leave it at that. The one thing that I thought was super interesting was that 90% of consumers trust peer recommendations versus 33% of people who trust an ad. So what that means is that I post something and say that it works really well, and you're like, oh, okay, Lexi likes that, so I'm gonna buy it, right? Or like, I'm gonna trust that recommendation, I'm gonna go find it or try it or think about it. And 72% of purchases are made from what they consider like influencers. So, and we learned also today that there's there's a ton of different kinds of influencers. So like, I would be considered maybe like a micro influencer because I don't have that many followers, but someone with like 250,000 followers, that's like a big, some other kind of influencer. And then there's like celebrity influencers where you're gonna see, you know, like Beyonce. I don't even know if she does stuff like that. She probably only promotes herself. But you know what I mean? Like those celeb influencer stuff. So here are Mimi's 5 keys to success on Instagram. And her whole presentation was just about Instagram, which is so good because as hairstylists and us as educators, we have an obligation to share and to serve our clients, and we're also really good at this to begin with because that's what we've done always. We just didn't have Instagram to do it, but we always took care of our clients face to face, or at least face to mirror face, however that works. So 5 keys to success on Instagram. Number 1, be authentic, be you. Like, we know this, but just don't try to be somebody else. Like, don't try to emulate someone else's personality. Just do whatever you do, and if you just do it to the fullest, right? Tell stories, be personable, relatable, connect emotionally, and build trust. Define your strategy. And this is something that, if you've been hanging out with me and just checking my clock, that you know I feel strongly about. You must have a strategy. I'm a salon business coach and strategies expert. Like, strategy is the name of the game in business. And so I love that she said that, you know, you set goals and solidify your story and know who your target audience is. Like, know what the heck you're doing. Number 3, plan and create your calendar with key dates and make time for photos. So like, plan part of social media into your business strategy and into your business day, which I appreciate. And like, I'm not even gonna like open up that can of worms because I have other videos all about how to create a content calendar, how to schedule, all the things. We've gone over it before, but I just love that she reiterated that as well. Number 4, share relevant content. So take relevant pictures for the future and like identify like accounts that you could either ask them to repost for you, or that something that they have relevant content that you could post and then tag them as well, which is something that I don't think that we do a lot as stylists or as beauty professionals, because we want it to be all of our work. But you could be like, man, I'm really loving this look by Claire does hair, right? And like showing Claire and showing her work and promoting her and using it as inspiration for your clients too. So I thought that was great. And taking the relevant pics for later. So like, maybe what you're working on right now in your business isn't all, maybe you're working on like blonding, but you did a really fabulous red. So yes, you could just post sporadically, but if you're being diligent and thoughtful in your plan, maybe you're gonna do reds next month, or maybe you're gonna do reds in February or around Valentine's, or what. I don't know what that strategy is for you, but whatever it is that you're trying to build up in your business, like if you did something that isn't quite working with your plan right now, just take a picture and save it. Do the content now so that you have it and store it. Put it in your Dropbox and follow your system, whatever that is, and just really be planning for the future. And I'd like to add to that you should batch. Like if you know you're gonna do like a bunch of updos on Saturday because it's prom or whatever, put them all together and like batch all that content. Or if you're getting a model, like do a lot with her. Like make the most of that time. Or if you have a client that's willing to let you play with their hair, then do a bunch of stuff on that one person and schedule for it. And that really saves you a lot of time in the long run. Number 5, test, optimize, and learn. So you like do something, test it out, do it again, and learn from your mistakes, and then move forward and measure and define your success so that you know what to do. Oh, my battery says it's gonna die. I hope it doesn't. Okay, I'm gonna keep going and hope that we make it, because I just have like a few more things to do. So then Courtney and Gerard from Hairbrained, Gerard something Italian that I don't want to screw up, and Courtney Bright did an amazing presentation, and they asked, why do you use Instagram? You use it to, what is your answer, right? To connect with your clients, to grow your audience, to serve your clients, like all of these answers. So just think about why you do that and then go back to that. And we've had a conversation before about that where it was like, I felt really crappy about Instagram because I was just trying to grow my following for a hot second, then I had to regroup, and that's not why I'm here. I'm here to help you grow your business. That's my purpose. I'm here to help stylists and beauty professionals grow their business and have the kind of life that they deserve to have because of this wonderful industry that we work in, right? And that is why I'm on Instagram. So why are you on Instagram? And make sure that everything you post comes back to that why. So the not so basics are like, what should I post? And Gerard says emotional posts, which could be a transformation, aging gracefully, something happy where they have that big smile, a testimonial, something technical like applications, discussion, how to, motivational quotes, or something that is about your community, right? Humor, like hairstylist humor is great, right? Those memes and funny stuff that Behind the Chair does sometimes. Like travel, maybe if you can connect that back to hair, beauty, or fashion. And curation, like maybe using something that worked for someone else and posting it on your page and tagging them, right? Like if it fits with what you're doing, like you can totally repost, just give the people credit. I don't think anybody's gonna be mad at that. That was basically what Gerard said too. So moving on, we'll move into kind of some story talk that they did today, talking about stories. And basically the main thing about stories is you need a beginning, a middle, and an end. And so often we have the beginning of the color correction, and then we show the before, and then we show this foil and some placement, and then we got busy and we didn't ever actually take the after. Oh, that sucks, right? I mean, that's so what Courtney suggested to do is take all the pictures all the time and then put them all together when you post. So batch those, and don't post little by little throughout the day or as you're working on it. Think it's a 7-hour color correction. Don't post a little bit now and then make us wait 7 hours. Wait so that it's a nice little story or a book that you're kind of reading through, and those are a chapter. And then it all comes down at the same time too, because this story lasts for 24 hours. Okay, the other thing is to use hashtags in your story. Definitely use hashtags in your stories and tag people. I mean, you might as well do it there. It's an underutilized part of social, is what the report was today. So go ahead and use your hashtags and use them wisely and with intention. And then the last thing that Courtney said that I'm going to recap here today is just to really be wise about your... My camera died. So I'll jump right back into it. So the last thing that Courtney mentioned was to be really wise with the highlights on your Instagram page. So this is on your profile page. They're those bubbles underneath your picture, and they live on forever. So it's your story, but you can save it so that people can revisit it. And Courtney's advice was to be really wise and diligent about what you're putting on your highlights. So make sure that it aligns with your brand. It's something relevant for your customers, whether this is showing them your services, more about you, all of those kind of things. So I would say just make sure that you're revisiting your highlights from time to time and make sure that what you have posted is still relevant for your brand and business.